Hello and welcome to the Option Pit Vol Report for June 29th, 2018. I'm Keith Harwood, filling in for Mark. Reminder, all this is for educational and information purposes only and should not be considered investment advice. Options have risk. Consult with a financial professional if you have any questions. So it's quite a start to the day. We're bouncing back after a lot of liquidation type move going earlier this week. A lot of trade concerns really kicking the market, and now it seems like the market positioning that needed to get unwound before the end of the quarter has seemingly done so. There are rumors about moving out of WTO and all sorts of other stuff that just doesn't seem to be pulling the market down as it did earlier this week. So we see the S&P starting to bounce back. Looks like an interesting day overall. Looks like it's going to be a bullish day for the end of the quarter. And let's take a look at VIX. VIX is getting hit hard today and looks like it may have some more room to run. Remember that the VIX was down around 12 just a few days ago. So let's keep that in mind as we start seeing this fading back, as we've seen on recent spikes, such as at the end of May. VXX has been incredibly overbought. It seemed like a lot of the positioning that needed to be unwound was in the volatility space, and so we're going to be looking at some plays here on the VIX, playing for that overbought condition. And yeah, it's already down today, but if the VIX is going to go back into a 14 handle and start grinding lower, VXX still has more room to fall. And over time, we think that there's a decent chance that the VIX can fall back even further. So there's definitely going to be some stuff to look at there. Another sector we got to look at are the financials. So we had the bank stress test yesterday. Most of the banks were fine other than Deutsche Bank and some other little issues with Morgan Stanley and Goldman Sachs, but many banks are doing really well today, and so they are starting to bounce back after having a rough week or two. You see it as well in the regional banks. KRE, same sort of situation where we're starting to get a little bit of a bounce back after some weakness there. Other areas where we're seeing some of the good bounce back, semiconductors, they had massive liquidation. And again, it's a bounce back play. There's a lot of different plays here going on because of everything going on in the market. And so we're going to be looking at a lot of different stuff to try to figure out how to leverage all these trades. And another sector that I also want to point out here is oil. Look at oil. It's just a rock star. 3.5-year highs. And yet OIH, it's not really back even up to the highs from a month or two ago. Back in May, XLE has lagged this move in oil. So there's got to be a play here for us in oil, and we'll look at some of the bullish type setups there. Finally, got to point out the big earnings day today was Nike. Nike's up 11, almost 12% now on earnings. That should help give a little tailwind to some of the other names in the sector as well. Lululemon, Under Armour, both having small up days. Dick's Sporting Goods had a strong start to the day and has already pulled back. So let's see if this is maybe just going to be considered a single stock issue with Nike being really good and the others not necessarily so, or if their competitors can be dragged up by their amazing performance. All right, folks, that's it for today. We'll love to see you guys in the chat room and hope you have a happy day trading.